Hi guys. Okay, I'm gonna read the last two chapters today on the trampoline. I figure that's a great place to finish the series. Chapter 9, Found. Is that? Little John stared at the ghostly shoe that floated in front of him. Kaz grabbed the shoe and turned it all around. It sure looks like Finn's shoe, he said. Oh, guys, they might have found Finn. The voice sounded like Finn's too. Finn? Kaz called, are you here? A ghost boy's head popped through the floor in front of Kaz. I thought you wanted to play hide and seek, the boy said, as he rose through the floor. But you're not even hiding. Got you. He tagged Kaz. Got you too. He tagged Little John. Kaz and Little John gaped at their big brother. It really was him. You're the ghost at Eli's house? Little John said, not quite believing it. Yes, Finn said. Oh, there's Finn. You're the one who dropped the marbles down the stairs, Kaz said. You're the one who left that book on Eli's bed and made everyone think Eli was trying to scare people away. And you're the one who kept appearing and disappearing in front of Eli? Yes, yes, and yes, Finn said. Why? Kaz asked. And why didn't you let us know you were here? You must have known we were here. We've been here for hours. I wanted to see if you could figure it out, Finn said with a shrug. I thought you were a big shot detective now. Kaz narrowed his eyes. How do you know I'm a detective? He asked. A few months ago, I heard Eli talking about a girl detective who finds and catches ghosts, Finn said. Then I saw a girl go into that house next door. I knew she was the detective because I recognized her from when I was in the library. That is one weird, solid girl. Claire's not weird, Little John said. She's nice. Finn snorted. Any solid who can see ghosts when they're not glowing is weird. He took his shoe and Kaz plopped it on his right foot. There was no shoe on his left foot. Anyway, Finn went on, I saw you floating outside the house next door a couple months ago. That girl, Claire, was chasing you and calling your name. I figured you were working together. I've been trying to get Eli to call your detective agency forever. I had to glow a lot before he finally believed I was a ghost and not his imagination. Why do you only glow around him and around people who want to buy this house? Kaz asked. Why didn't you let the rest of his family see you too? I thought that if he was the only one in the family who saw me and he was getting blamed for things I was doing, then maybe he'd finally call you guys, Finn explained. But he never did, not until he saw that girl walk by his house the other day. Hey, I think I saw you float across the window, Kaz said, remembering the ghostly whatever it was he saw for a brief second. Cosmo probably saw you too. I bet that's why he was going crazy. Did you see us inside Claire's water bottle? Her water bottle? Finn said. What were you doing in there? And why are you guys hanging out with a solid girl anyway? Why aren't you at the old schoolhouse? There was no quick answer to that. Kaz took a deep breath. We better start at the beginning, he said. He and Little John told Finn what all had happened since he had passed through the wall and had blown away from the old schoolhouse. They told him about the old schoolhouse getting torn down. Wait, what? Finn cried. The old schoolhouse isn't there anymore? Kaz and Little John shook their heads. Then they told Finn about how the rest of the family had gotten separated too. Little John told about the ghost he'd met in the purple house. Kaz told about meeting Claire and how they'd formed C&K Ghost Detectives and how none of their cases had led to real ghosts. But still, somehow they'd managed to find Cosmo, Little John, Grandmom and Grandpop, Mom and Pops, and now him. Wow, that's amazing, Finn said. So, where have you been all this time? Little John asked Finn. Well, Finn began, first I rode the wind with Grandmom and Grandpop. They stayed together because they were holding hands, but I got separated from them when the wind blew me into a house. There was a solid dog there that kept jumping up, trying to eat me, so I didn't stay very long. I went back into the outside, and then the wind blew me to the library. But I didn't want to stay there, not with a solid girl who could see me when I wasn't glowing. You left your other shoe there, Little John said, pointing at Finn's stocking foot. I know, Finn said. My foot hurt because that solid dog kept biting it, so I took it off. I forgot to put it back on when I left the library. Where did you go after that? Kaz asked. To a movie theater, Finn said. I liked it there. There were other ghosts there. Ghosts like Jessie? She was really cute. And this ghost guy, Dave. He was old, like Mom and Pop's. But guess what? He passed through a wall and got separated from his family when he was a kid too. We kind of bonded over that. Plus, we both liked to wail at solids who came to see scary movies. Why did you leave if you liked it there so much? Little John asked. I didn't mean to. I sort of accidentally passed through the wall, Finn said. Kaz shook his head. You never learn. Hey, I didn't know that it was an outside wall, Finn said. And I do too learn. I haven't blown away from this haunt yet. Later that afternoon, the front door opened, and Eli and Claire walked in. Claire? Kaz exclaimed. He and Little John had been waiting all day for Eli and Claire to return. They had decided not to go to school with Eli that morning because they wanted to hang out with Finn, and because Claire had told Eli that she'd come over after school to find the ghost. Guess what? Little John said to Claire. We found the ghost at Eli's house. It's our brother, Finn. Finn raised his hand in greeting. Claire nodded slightly. She couldn't really talk to the ghost, not in front of Eli. I don't know where that ghost is right now, Eli began. Over here, Little John wailed. His whole body started to glow, and he waved at Eli. Eli's eyes opened wide. Little John? Kaz exclaimed. That's not the same ghost I've been seeing, Eli told Claire as he backed away from Little John. Finn started to glow too. Don't worry. Finn started to glow too. Don't worry, I'm here too, he wailed. Eli's eyes opened wider. Oh no, he cried. We've got two ghosts? You guys, Kaz said, shaking his head. Why are you trying to scare that boy? Little John and Finn stopped glowing. Eli wanted Claire to come over and catch a ghost. Little John said, she should pretend to catch us. She can do that without you glowing, Kaz said. Where'd those ghosts go? Eli muttered as he looked all around. Claire opened her backpack and pulled out her ghost glass and ghost catcher. I see them, she said, peering through her ghost glass at Finn. Finn stuck out his tongue and waved his fingers at Claire. You better get out of my way, Finn, Kaz warned as Claire raised her ghost catcher. Why? Finn asked. Claire pressed the button on her ghost catcher, and it roared to life. Ah! Finn cried out. He swam backward and pressed his hands to his ears as Claire aimed her ghost catcher at a spot away from all the ghosts. What is that? It's Claire's ghost catcher! Kaz had to yell to be heard over it. She uses it to make solid people think she can catch ghosts. She could catch us with that if she wanted to, Little John said. I think you're right, Kaz said as Finn hovered between them and Claire. Finally, Claire turned that awful machine off. Here's a funny picture. Remember, her ghost catcher is just a little handheld vacuum cleaner. Finally, Claire turned that awful machine off. Got him, she said to Eli. Both your ghosts are in here. She tapped the side of her ghost catcher. He doesn't really believe that, does he? Finn asked. He swam over and took a closer look at Claire's foil-wrapped ghost catcher. Eli looked doubtful. Are you sure? He asked. I'm sure, Claire said firmly. She shoved her ghost catcher back inside her backpack. If you have any more problems, just give me a call, but I don't think you will. Okay, Eli said. Ha 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 ha, Finn laughed. He does believe it. Claire raised her water bottle to the ghost and wiggled her eyebrows. Are you thirsty, Claire? Eli asked. Do you want to fill your water bottle? Claire smiled uneasily. No, I'm good, thanks, she said, dropping her empty water bottle to her side. She wiggled her eyebrows at Kaz again. Oh, I think Claire wants us to go with her, Kaz said, swimming over to her. Go where? Finn asked. Did our parents say we could stay at the library? Little John asked. Claire didn't answer. She just moved closer to the front door. We can talk to Claire once we're outside, Kaz said as he shrank. Down, 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 and swam into the water bottle. Little John swam in behind him. Come on, Finn, Little John called from inside the bottle. You're coming with us, aren't you? Kaz asked. Finn shrugged. I guess, he said. He shrank down, 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 and swam into the bottle with his brothers. Chapter 10, Mom's Story.